Initiating System 1. System 1 loaded.
The GoreCast is brought to you by American Horrors, the greatest uncut horror channel in the world. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all horror. As well as the Station of Decapitation Without Your Head.
America's longest running horror channel, www.withoutyourhead.com.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
What's up, everybody? It's Tuesday.
Little musical intro.
I don't know. I just made up a song called Tuesday. So there, you're welcome. The GoreCast is back. Didn't really go anywhere, but we're back. So we're back.
We had a break.
Kind of. I mean, we had a break from our usual original versus remake format for a couple of the weeks of October because of sorry, I was reading comments. But we're back and we're doing a very much anticipated by one person. I don't know who else is anticipating it, but I know for sure one person is. That is Bill. We are doing War of the Worlds.
And I've yet to see him hit the chat, so I'm kind of worried he's going to miss it.
Planned the whole time.
Oh, there you go.
Do it when he's not here to see it. No, that wasn't my plan. That was just a joke. I lost my train of thought. I make myself laugh sometimes. No, I kept forgetting when we were coming up with ideas, and I was just like, "Hey Carter, what about this?" And then it's that episode comes and Bill's like, "What about War of the Worlds?" I'm like, "Fuck, I forgot." And then I'd be like, "Hey Carter, what about this?" And then we do it, and what about War of the Worlds? I'm like, "All right, fine, War of the Worlds,
yeah.
It's happening."
Yeah, no, he was getting kind of animate there for a while. Okay, dude, we really got to do this.
The NEWBEE's here. Hi, NEWBEE. I loved your guys' program that you guys did.
God, that was awesome.
2 thumbs up. I laughed. I cried.
That Saw thing was fucking awesome, you guys.
You guys rock. Yes, check if you guys haven't already. Check out the Saw review with the trio of Johnny Deadly, Demented Pictures, and the NEWBEE over on the NEWBEE's channel. It was a piece of cinematic awesomeness. I had a lot of words that were coming by my head, and awesomeness was the first to escape my head.
No, you know what? I think that was a perfect word to pick, dude.
Yes. But yeah, Halloween's over now, and get back into the swing of oh my Jesus. I'm not drunk. I had no drinking today. If you guys saw Saturday's live stream, I've been drinking Pepsi. No beer, just Pepsi. And I'm not slurring any words.
Fun show.
Just regularly is a hard word to say on a normal basis. So this intro is going on a lot longer than I planned because Johnny wants to get a coffee and we need to hurry up so we can do that. We got news bits. I got news bits, and I actually like the news bits this week since they're actually kind of exciting in a way. We got a new movie. Go ahead.
Giz says Bill has been really text, but it's possible he passed out asleep. Okay. So, I hope he gets to feeling better.
If you watch this in the future, feel better, Bill.
Yep. This one's free, bro.
Yep. So we got I got a new film that's going to be coming out in the beginning of December called What Lies Below. It looked like there's a trailer that just I don't know if it just debuted, but recently was put up for this film. It looks interesting. I don't know if you got to catch it, Carter.
No.
Like I'm gonna read the synopsis, and it doesn't really sound all that interesting. But like I watched the trailer.
Oh, dude. Oh, just hold on. This ain't gonna fucking sound good, but
it sounds terrible. But when you look at it, it's not
you
not
gotta
as
work on the
terrible.
pitch, dude.
Thing. Yeah. But yeah, so this is going to be hitting on demand on December 4th. Yep. What the film is about, Liberty, a socially awkward 16-year-old, returns from a 2-month trip at camp, as we all do, and to be blindsided by the introduction of her mother's fiance, John Smith. Isn't that the guy from Pocahontas? Okay, you let me know later.
I want to say yeah.
Whose charm, intelligence, and beauty paint the picture of a man too perfect to be human, because he might not be human.
I was gonna say, like, they're working alone, human, and not like, nice or some shit.
Yeah. You know what? He took his shirt off and he had some Ryan Reynolds abs. I will give you that.
Oh,
So
Ryan Reynolds is what, the too perfect dad?
No, I wouldn't say dad. He's just the perfect specimen.
No, I mean like in the movie, like he's in it.
No. He's not. I don't know where the Ryan Reynolds came from, but okay. Yes, I said the perfect man, and that is Ryan Reynolds. Duh. God, this is falling apart really fast.
Little tall for me, but I'll give you. We all got our own taste, bro.
Right. In the chat, tell us yay or nay, Ryan Reynolds. Would you Ryan Reynolds? Let us know in the chat. I want responses. Yeah. So, but yeah, like I said, I watched the trailer, and I'm getting a possible alien kind of vibe where he might be an alien. He definitely did walk in the water with some red glow light thing going on.
It's been a while since we've had like any alien shit that I can think of. So,
and perfect for today's episode because we got a bunch of aliens to talk about. So, I will be now. We're going to go to the next movie. I'm being hurried along.
This is the abridged news.
The next bit of news is about a prequel that will be coming out called Orphan's First Kill. It is the prequel from, I believe, the 2009 movie Orphan, but I could be wrong with that year. Gur says I should not be allowed to have Pepsi. So,
Gur. Seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing good.
We're waiting to find out.
I actually.
Yes, I was right.
Skipped the scene.
You never saw Orphan?
No.
Oh, it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. So Orphan's First Kill, it says in this film, Liana Clamer, who was in the original, orchestrates a brilliant escape from an Estonian psychiatric facility and travels to America by impersonating the missing daughter of a wealthy family. But Lena's new life as Esther comes with an unexpected wrinkle and pits her against a mother who will protect her family at all costs.
Okay, so somebody that played because I'm looking at the picture, somebody that played like a 12-year-old back in whenever is in a prequel at
at 20. She's 23 now. From what I got from the news article, it sounds like they're going to be using more POV shots with her character and a lot of makeup to somehow make her look even younger than she was. I don't want to say too much because you didn't see it, but some of the people who did, there was a bit of a twist with her.
Like, I'm getting mixed reviews in the chat because Sweet Rabbit was like, "Oh, that sounds pretty sweet. Was a good movie," but Evil Barbie was like, "Oh, this movie."
I don't know. I've only seen it the one time, and it was fairly close to when it came out, so I probably would benefit from a second watch, especially if I decide to watch the prequel. It happened in real life after the movie. I don't know what that means, but okay. So I guess once the movie was over, I don't want to get too much in for the people who didn't see it, so I don't want to know. I don't want to say too much more. But what happened in the movie actually happened in real life after this movie came out.
No shit.
Yes.
Huh.
So, like I said, I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't seen it, which the way it looks like it's probably just Carter. But
hey, you know what, dude? We've been doing this fucking original versus remake bullshit for how long? I've seen like how many more movies than you. I get every now and then to go, "Oh, I ain't fucking seen it." So here's one of my chips. I ain't fucking seen it.
I'm gonna rub it in your face. Here's your chip in your face. Julia Stiles has joined the cast as well. I think she
Holy shit
of the thing that's going on, because it said there was a mother, so I'm assuming that's Julia Stiles because female. That's
like make mothers.
Females are mothers sometimes. So, but yeah, I'm interested in seeing it. Just because, like I said, when I did watch the first one, I did kind of remember enjoying it. I can't tell you why I enjoyed it because it was over 10 years ago, probably when I watched it. So,
okay.
But yeah,
like be a dick and go watch it and find it out, bro.
Yeah, I could. But no, as of right now, no news or anything about a release date or anything coming out. But it seems like the plot and everything's kind of going, so we should know. Shouldn't be too much longer, depending on restrictions with COVID and everything, with filming and shit. So, but the last news story is another, from what I think I said, another prequel or reboot. I'm not 100% sure. I think I got both forms in the article I read. But we're getting a Resident Evil reboot.
Yeah.
And Donald Logue is in it. And
I dig the shit out of him, but it just seems like so soon for a fucking reboot.
For Resident Evil? When did the last one come
out? That's what I'm looking at now, 2016.
Yeah.
So first one came out in like 2002 is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I mean, like we've covered a lot of shit. Like what was that? Let the right one in. That kind of.
But like with that, I think it was more because they were doing a Americanized version of a foreign film.
Right.
Like I don't consider it a reboot. That's a little bit of a different situation. But I do see what you're saying though.
Right. Like it just seems like that shit just ended yesterday. But then I remember them talking about like fucking relaunching it right around the time of the 6th movie. Like, so.
You and I, that was one of our early shows that we did where we reviewed the whole franchise.
Yep.
And I was happy about the first part, but not happy about the second part. John Roberts. I'm just saying, John, that's not what it is, but it's Johannes. There we go, Johannes. Johannes Roberts is directing this film. Donald Logue is playing Chief Irons. In the origin story adaptation, turn the page. turn the page. Robert said, yeah, everybody got their warm milk and cookies for bedtime stories with Buzz. Robert said, with this movie, I really want to get back to the original first two games and recreate the terrifying visceral experience I had when I first played them, whilst at the same time telling a grounded human story about a small dying American town that feels both relatable and relevant to today's audience.
I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was on a roll.
I know.
Film looks to be released in 2021 and is said to kick off a new universe inspired by storylines and characters from the games.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched the first one with that anticipation of oh man, the fucking video games. It was really quick after watching a few minutes of that movie. Oh, this is not going to be the fucking video game. So it's cool that right out the gate, this one's hey, I really kind of want to get back to the games. But again, fuck, dude, we sat through 6 films, so it just kind of seems a little too soon, to delve right back into the fucking Resident Evil shit.
I'm okay with it being a prequel, but because then it's okay, but yeah, if it's looking to reboot everything, then I'm not really on board with that plan.
But I mean, I dig the fuck out of this dude, and I can't remember his name now. But there we go. We threw it up there that he was on Sons of Anarchy, and I completely forgot.
That was the earlier season
on fucking Sons of Anarchy.
He was later season. Okay. I remember him on Grounded for Life, which
I was to say, I remember his old TV show and shit.
He was in Gotham.
Oh, right.
Blade.
Fucking Blade. What was that?
Wasn't he in Ghost Rider? He was Jack Nicholson. Nicolas Cage's buddy.
Oh, fuck that. I kind of blacked that Ghost Rider out.
I mean, we all tried to black that movie out. I do not blame you. That was a terrible film. But yeah. So yeah, looks like the reboot is going to be released sometime in 2021. Didn't really get into a beginning, end, middle, but 2021, Resident Evil stuff is coming out.
Okay. I'm trying to remember because we do it a lot of news. So we got this, this is a movie coming out.
Yes.
Because didn't we also cover Netflix is doing a fucking series?
I think so. Yes, anime. That's what I thought.
Never mind.
So, but yeah, so that is. I thought a better attempt at news this week. I was actually somewhat hey, those might actually be interesting news. So, onto the movies. Ready?
All right.
War of the Worlds, 1953.
War of the Worlds.
I don't know why I'm doing that voice. So yeah, time for the War of the Worlds. This is the first time viewing for me for both films. I know of the story because it's me. I know a lot about stuff that I have not watched, as regulars of this program know.
Fucking spawn.
I
was surprised that you hadn't seen the 05 version before.
I honestly can't give a reason why. I just never watched it. But yeah, I remember the whole, what was it, 1939 was the Orson Welles radio drama where he scared the shit out of certain people.
I think so.
I know it was in the 30s sometime. I was gonna write that down whilst doing my writing notes, and I fucking forgot. So
because the book came out in 1898.
Ooh, that is an old book.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the original film follows Dr. Clayton Forrester. For all of you Mystery Science Theater 2000 fans, and if you know that name, thumbs up to you. And some of his colleagues are fishing on a nearby town where a large object has crashed nearby. We go to near the crash site and we meet Sylvia von Burden or Buren and her uncle. I thought that was the name, but I was like later. So there's a period in there. Yeah, it's a pastor, I believe.
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but later on, a hatch opens from the object and a weapon appears and kills 3 men that were standing guard. Reports of similar objects are coming through that are showing up around the world and destroying cities. Pastor Collins, that's his name, attempts to make contact with the object, and it doesn't go so well. He gets blasted into smithereens.
I kind of had to give the first 3 guys props because it was like, oh, we'll just bust out the white flag and, we'll let them know we're friendly. I was like, fuck no.
Nope, they turned him into dust. Yeah, not the greatest ideas, but what can you do? The whole military is killed by the object as well. Yeah. So attempting to escape in a plane, Forrester and Sylvia crash land. They take refuge in a farmhouse, I believe, and are attacked by yet another object. They dismember an electronic eye that's on a long cable and collect a blood sample. They escape the farmhouse right before it is destroyed.
But we also get to see an actual out of the ship alien.
Yeah, which is how they got the blood sample, I believe. It actually came out of the actual little ship. I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, no.
Forrester takes the evidence to try to find out a way to defeat the visitors. Most of the major cities are being destroyed by the invaders. The government decides that they're going to, attack it with a bomb because that's what we do. We try to blow shit up.
Well, I mean, in defense, we really tried everything else. We tried planes, tanks, and they had that shield around them, so nothing was touching them, and they were just kicking our ass hand over fist.
Yes, they were. But their attempts with the A-bomb are unsuccessful because of what you said, the shield, the force field that they have. Turn the page, and because this is, like I said, this takes place in California. LA is evacuated as the invaders approach. Forrester and Sylvia are separated in the chaos of everything going on. And then Forrester kind of remembers her uncle was a pastor. And I'm pretty sure during the movie there's mentioning of her faith or something like that. So he starts to look for her.
She ran away from home. And it was that whole, I knew they would, if the one person that cared for me would find me, and it was her pastor uncle. He found her sitting right inside the church doorway, and so the doctor's like, I know where she's at. Now I'll give this motherfucker, dude. He ran and pretty much hit every local church there was. He kind of popped it, Buzz, no answer, running down the block. He was dedicated to fucking finding her.
Yeah. I also forgot to mention, because not really, important really, but there was a a little hoedown thing going on at some point in the movie. They're like, hey, let's swing your partner, do-si-do, that kind of stuff going on. That was fun. That was a fun part. I don't know why I just randomly remember that now. But yeah,
that was about the only upbeat part of the movie. We got to do a little shindig, and then everything just kind of like teetered from there.
This is definitely a movie of dread. It's
Yeah,
one of those things where it's like you're watching it, and it's especially with the way everything's going, like they're trying everything, and they're just like nothing's happening. You're like, well, everybody's fucked. Like, there's
and I mean
no.
like, and they definitely showcase just how badass the aliens are because at like one point the military even has the first landing spot like completely surrounded. They're hitting it from all sides, and they wiped out the military like they were nothing.
Yeah. Maybe might get into this more when we start talking about the remake.
Right.
But like the differences of the crafts or the aliens or the objects really like they weren't as super big, like the crafts themselves, the
Right.
objects, they weren't that super big in the original. Could have possibly been, it was 1953, so
Yes and no.
I guess
mean,
not, because you had Godzilla and shit like that,
right.
so
Like, exactly. Because we like these old films. Sorry, I'm looking for my footrest. These films, what I love about them is you have the old style, like you said, Godzilla, the set designs where like you see the fire of the airplanes over, and we use camera angles and little miniatures to actually landscape everything. To where now it's more we actually use that landscape or create CGI, like Lord of the Rings style to fill in a bunch of shit.
yeah. Forrester is actually finally able to find her at one of the last churches that he found, obviously, because if he would have not found her, he would have went to a different church. So
Right.
then like she was in with some survivors, they were praying and everything, trying to, God help us, we're gonna die because aliens. um and then after that, and this is kind of, like I said, I know this is kind of how the story goes, but like this is kind of one of the things that I don't want to say I
It
had an issue with.
it peters out.
Yeah, you kind of know where
It
I'm
builds,
going.
it builds, it builds, and then it's like, oh look, fucking credits. Shit happens.
Exactly. They just I like the fact of germs and bacteria on Earth causing the death of the aliens, but it was like, yeah, they're gone. It's
Right.
like
Like
it's just too
it
quick
really,
for me.
yeah, no, because I mean, like we, like we're doing this whole like fist to fist kind of thing through most of the movie, and then we just like, oh hey, we've lost my girlfriend. Now we spend like the next 10, 15 minutes literally running from place to place looking for her. We finally find her, and then it's like, oh my god, we're gonna die. Why is the shooting stopped? We walk out, and it's like, oh shit, they're dead. Fuck it, and we all start partying in the fucking streets. It's like there's so much buildup that it doesn't really like. I mean, like I still dig the movie. Don't get me wrong, but like it is kind of a letdown story wise of all of this drama and stuff like that going on to just be like, oh, okay, well, I mean, like we get to live. Fuck it.
Yeah, and I didn't read the book or anything, so I know that's what killed him in the book too. I just don't
Right.
know how. Like, do we get
What
a little
actually
bit
played
more of
out.
like, okay, one died, hey, what's going on? Oh, another one died. There's like, boom, they're all dead. It's like,
Right.
okay,
Well, I mean,
I guess, and didn't
we kind of
cer-
the original because we saw one drop, the arm fell out, and it's like, it's dead. And then we saw another one kind of fall. Hey, I think we're frozen up.
okay,
So
apologies.
like, the whole we all just fall out of the sky at once was kind of one of my issues. The other one, I'm like, okay, so we like maybe like I don't know enough about Martian physiology, but we just traveled through space, so it seems like we would be in like a sealed environment. Are we all just hopping out of the fucking car and go, oh, what's that? Cool, huh? Fuck it, get back in the fucking car. Like we see the one that the doctor interacts with. So it does not surprise me that motherfucker, like, he walked through the house with us. He's, taking on fucking air. But like literally everybody that's come down here